And if you are new to our church and like to know a little bit more about who we are, the guest registry is also in the narthex. Don't hesitate to sign that. Fill that in and let us know a little bit more about you, and we'll let you know a little bit more about us. We have a weekly newsletter that will let you know what's going on here at First Congregational Church. This coming Thursday, I think that's Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday is our men's group meeting at 9 o'clock. That's in the lounge, which is right over there. And also that evening, Wednesday evening, 7 o'clock, will be our June Board of Deacons meeting. Now, this is the last meeting of the board for this program year, which means we welcome those who are elected to the board at our spring congregational meeting that we held after worship last Sunday. And we'll be welcoming them, giving them a little bit of orientation to the board, and we'll be thanking those who are rotating off of the board this year, and celebrating those who are staying on the board in their current roles. And we'll be sharing some strawberry shortcake, which is our tradition for the month of June, our June meeting. So deacons know about that. I hope you can see it. It starts at 7 o'clock here at the church. Next Sunday is Father's Day Sunday, and as Ron mentioned, we'll be having our annual June cookout following the service that's in the playground. And by the way, if it's raining next Sunday, doesn't matter. We're doing it anyway. We may not be on the playground, but we'll be having the cookout one way or the other after the service. We'll make it happen. But I put it in order for good weather, so we should be fine. Also, one last thing. End of the month of June is the deadline we'd like to have for those Memorial Park patio pavers, the bricks that Jim Osterman mentioned last Sunday. This handout is in the narthex if you want to pick that up, if you haven't filled one out yet. If you'd like to have a memorial brick put into a new development area we have going to have underway this summer to form a patio area, memorial park area in the church, at the church, is just to the right of the driveway as you come in to the parking lot. There's a form here about you can memorialize someone with an engraved brick there if you'd like to do that. Pick that up. Again, the deadline is for the end of this month, the end of June, last Sunday of June. Right now, as we share the doxology together, I hope you will consider your giving to the church here at First Congregational Church. We continue to take that in a contactless way, so the offering plates are at the exits to the sanctuary. And it's a great way to give thanks to God for all that God has given us, the daily blessings that we too often take for granted in our lives, and the way that God's hope and goodness and new life is expressed in the world, particularly today, in the life of Bowdoin, in the life of our Sunday school program, and there's such a need, I think, for that light and goodness and renewal in our lives and in our world. And you can contribute to that as we carry on the ministries of First Congregational Church here. Your offering is invited.
Good morning. I'm Darby Drafts, co-deacon of youth ministry. This year I served with Teresa Plusky, and next year John McGrath will be my partner in this role. The youth ministry program serves kids in grades 6 through 12. We are committed to offering Christian education and service opportunities, as well as opportunities for youth to socialize together in a way that's a little different from the way they normally do at school, sports, and through their clubs and hobbies. We hope to foster building relationships with a spiritual lens. What does she mean by that, you might ask? We want our kids to experience that we are all connected to something larger than ourselves. We hope that we can help them to attune to that feeling of connectedness. We hope that we can model finding it when it mysteriously shows itself to us. We hope to offer many paths to this connectedness, from listening each week in Sunday school as we share about the roses and thorns in our lives, as we discuss a piece of scripture and how it might relate to our life experience, sharing a short prayer at the end of our time together, offering occasions to care for others and the environment, which many of them are so passionate about, and opportunities to represent our faith community, as you've seen them do today, singing and sharing in the reading. I also do it with donuts. This year, the youth served and represented our congregation through planning and hosting a Halloween party for the younger kids, a leaf raking brigade, the annual City Mission Society toy drive at Christmas, and collecting cans of soup for 3 local food pantries on Super Bowl Sunday. We also baked cookies to send to our college students. And when I showed up at the post office and waited in a long line to ask about the best way to mail all those cookies, the very harried, stressed out postal worker initially told me that I didn't possibly have time to transact all my business with those packages. And mind you, I was 30 minutes before closing. But she immediately softened when I told her the packages were cookies baked by our kids at First Congregational Church for college students who had been at our congregation. She said, "You just made my day. That's the kindest thing I've seen all week." As I left the building, she was indeed helping those last customers with a markedly different attitude. So I thought, we do change the world in sometimes small and unexpected ways, and we are all connected. We have provided Sunday school specifically for this age group for the first time this year since the pandemic. We've used several resources for curriculum, but chiefly through a free blog from the Evangelical Lutheran Church of America. This is called Faith Lens, which provides weekly Bible studies that seek to engage young people in connecting current world events with the Bible, with their faith, and their everyday life. And one thing I really like about this resource is that it uses the same weekly Bible readings from the lectionary that are also read in our regular church service. This year, our youth in this age group were also heavily involved in music programming and the confirmation program. Next year, we hope to once again offer an intergenerational activity through Habitat for Humanity. We welcome new ideas for building this ministry of service, Christian education, and connectedness and relationship building. They're a special group of young people, and it was an honor for me to work with them this year. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, so welcome to Church School Sunday. This year, we learned how to embrace the fruits of the Spirit. The fruits of the Spirit aren't actual fruit. Their characteristics are good qualities that are found in the Bible. Lost my spot already. Okay, their characteristics are qualities that people need to work on to become good people and good followers of Jesus. Of the 9 fruits of the Spirit listed by Paul, we focused on love, joy, peace, generosity, and faithfulness. For each lesson, we learned about a new fruit, read a Bible story that taught us how to show the fruits of the Spirit with others in our lives. We traveled to a country in the Caribbean and met someone our own age to see how they use the fruits in their lives. We also made crafts and played games. So the 5 countries that we studied were Okay, so they're going to stand back here and wave them. So the 5 countries were Cuba. You guys can come forward. Cuba, Haiti, Jamaica, the Dominican Republic, and Colombia. Okay, go ahead. Yes.
Short. Okay. Faithfulness, Cuba. We began our journey in Cuba where we learned the story of Noah and how he listened to God and always trusted God. God saw that all the people had become very bad, so bad that they had stopped thinking of anything good. God was so sad and hurt that it seemed better to start all over, because Noah was the only faithful person left on earth. God said to Noah, "I'm going to put an end to all of this because the earth is nothing but fighting. I'm going to wash them away and start all over." God then gave Noah instructions on how to make a big boat called an ark. Noah showed faithfulness by listening to every instruction God gave him. He had to believe in God's promise. That's the kind of faithfulness God wants us to show.
Love, Haiti. Did you know that the name Haiti means mountains in the native language? Haiti was once a safe hiding place for pirates in the Caribbean because it had gold mines and an easy escape route for the pirates. While studying Haiti, we learned the story of Ruth and Naomi and the love they had for each other. After Naomi's husband and 2 sons died, she only had her daughter-in-laws. Orpah and Ruth. Naomi told Orpah and Ruth, "Even though there is no food, I am going to go back where I used to live in Bethlehem. I would like you to go back to your own families where you lived before you married my sons. May God show you the same kindness you have shown me." Orpah finally agreed to leave, but Ruth would not leave. Ruth said, "Don't ask me to leave. Where you go, I will go, and where you stay, I will stay. Your friends will be my friends, and your God will be my God." Ruth and Naomi returned to Bethlehem together. Ruth loved Naomi so much she refused to leave her. Together, they made a new life in Bethlehem. We made friendship bracelets that we wore as a symbol of God's love, or we gave the bracelet to someone. We made stained glass hearts using watercolors that we took home to hang on windows so that God's love will always shine in.
Generosity, Jamaica. In our study of Jamaica, we learn the story of a poor woman's offering found in Luke chapter 21, verses 1 through 4. Jesus taught in a temple where many rich people put a lot of money into their temple offering, and when giving their gifts, they made a big show of it to make sure everyone knew how much they had given. Jesus said when noticing a poor woman quietly give just 2 small copper coins, Jesus said, "This poor woman has given more to the temple than all of the rich people. The rich people have given gifts to the temple and have plenty more money. This poor woman has given all she has." Jesus taught us to open our hearts to listen, see, and speak about God's generosity. We talked about how we can be generous in our own lives by sharing with our siblings or friends, or by donating to the food pantry.
Peace, Colombia. Jesus taught us how to be a good person by being kind to others and not fighting. Jesus taught us to open our hearts and listen, see, and speak about peace and how we can show peace in our own lives. We made peace signs using paper plates to help us remember the important work we have as peacemakers. The Bible story we read was from Matthew chapter 5, verses 1 through 12. Jesus took his disciples up on the mountainside for some peace and quiet. Jesus sat down and began to speak to them. Jesus taught them about being grateful, thoughtful, peaceful, and about how to love. He said to them, "Blessed are those who are sad, for they will be comforted. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst, for they will be filled. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God."
Joy, Dominican Republic. While studying about the Dominican Republic, we heard about Jesus' birth, but from another point of view. The point of view was the wise men who were very happy to find out that Jesus had been born. This fruit of the Spirit was joy. King Herod ordered that the wise men find baby Jesus. They didn't know exactly where he was, but that night they followed the star to the east. They followed the star until it hung right over the very place where Jesus was. When they finally found baby Jesus, they were full of wonder and joy. Jesus was with his mother, Mary, and the wise men bowed down to worship him. Joy filled their hearts, and the wise men decided not to tell King Herod where they had found baby Jesus. We talked about the things that brought us joy, like spending time with our family and friends, or getting new toys or celebrating birthdays.
We would like to thank all our teachers for helping us learn this year. Please stand as we say your name.
Terry, Laura, Michelle,
Allison. Allison, Becky, Lisa, Jamie.
Make sure you stand. Okay, thank you, Justin. So thank you, everyone who helped out with the Sunday school program this year. Couldn't have done without all the great teachers, so thank you so much. And I also want to give a really special shout out to Beth, who every week, yes, every week she got everything ready for me. reminded me to breathe and that it was all going to come together. So thank you so much. All right, that's it. Thanks, guys. You did great. It's over.
Before you head off, come
Oh.
here. Because this woman was our solo deacon of Christian education. Ordinarily, we have 2 people in every role on the board of deacons for each area of ministry in the church. And she flew solo the whole way as a first-time deacon, taking on the entire Sunday school program, which was huge, and she stuck with it. So we're very, very grateful. Small token of our appreciation for that. So thank you so much. Amen.